Hi, I'm Shamie O'Shea and welcome to Round the Square.
On this week's Round the Square, Mayo tackle the Blues, Limerick's Nicky Quaid goes head-to-head with Galway's David Burke for county honours.
Do I get a couple of goals of this?
And we have super scores from this week's championship action. But first, Eamon Fitzmaurice has agreed to take charge of the Kerry senior footballers. After just 1 year as Kerry under-21 football manager, the 36-year-old Fanug clubman has been catapulted into the senior job after Jack O'Connor decided to step down in the wake of this year's All-Ireland quarter-final defeat to Donegal. The Antrim GAA County Board, meanwhile, are on the lookout for a new manager for the Saffron senior football team following the departure of the man they call the Baker, Liam Bradley, after 4 years in charge. The country may be in the grip of a recession, but patrons are still supporting Gaelic games in huge numbers. The 1 million mark this summer was surpassed at Croke Park last weekend. Martin McBride and his wife Nicola from Kerry-Keel, County Donegal, passed through the turnstiles on their 7th wedding anniversary.
Seven years married today.
And how does it feel to be coming to Croke Park on your wedding anniversary?
It's brilliant, wouldn't have it any other way.
The whole family's here. They're all
You're
up.
meeting them all up there now, they'll never believe this.
Is there anybody left in Donegal? Have somebody turned the lights out?
No, nobody left at all. Nobody left in our house anyway.
The couple have already won up on fellow Donegal supporters with coveted All-Ireland final tickets in the bag to mark the milestone. They monitor the action on the pitch from the press box, and this week the national media had the opportunity to take to the hallowed sod for a challenge against Croke Park staff. Despite a few hefty collisions, there was no embarrassment for the side charged with managing Gaelic games. Surprisingly, or maybe not, the result failed to get significant column inches afterwards. The perpetual trophy will remain at GAA headquarters with the cup lifted by former Leitrim star Colin Regan.
They put it up to us in the first half. Kieran Leddy was the traditional old style full back. Alan Milton out in the wing was a bit of a flyer. I think the girls up front, Emma and Niamh in particular, they didn't know what to do with them. They couldn't put a hand on them. And once our two twin towers in midfield kicked in the second half, there was only going to be one winner.
But the real winners were the charity Rett Syndrome Ireland, several thousand better off. A place in the 2012 All-Ireland Senior Football Finals at stake this weekend as reigning champions Dublin look to make it back into the September decider and retain the Sam Maguire for the first time since 1977. Pat Gilroy's side have powered through Leinster to book their place in the last four for only their 9th championship clash against Connacht champions Mayo, who are gathering steam under the watchful eye of James Horan. The 2012 Connacht champions brought the Dubs down to earth when they doled out a 12-point hammering in their last competitive clash in February. But who will join Donegal in the final now? Dublin Dynamo Michael Dara Macaulay and Mayo's Seamus O'Shea came head-to-head at GAA headquarters ahead of the match, and we tried to get some insights.
We're in the same position we were last year, so obviously we're looking to go one step further. We like to think we've improved over the last 12 months and we're pushing on, and hopefully we're good enough to get to an All-Ireland final. We feel as though there's a big performance in this next week and hopefully we can get it out of ourselves. The good few young fellas in there, like the likes of Kevin Kane and Lee Keegan in the back line, this would be their kind of first year starting championship. So there is a lot of young fellas in there, and they're playing good football, so that's great.
I think we've struggled somewhat on the pitch, but I think we're waiting just to get a better performance than we have done. We've been playing some good football, but at times our forwards haven't been clicking. So I think hopefully it all comes together now against Mayo.
It's a difficult task. Anytime you come up here to Croke Park, we're playing the All-Ireland champions, and the Dubs obviously are a good team. So look at it. To be honest, we love coming up here. And the fact that it's the Dubs, there'll be a great atmosphere, everything. We'll relish it. They kind of struggled over Laois the last day, but they're the kind of games that can maybe bring a team on, and sharpen the minds a small bit. So look, look, we're expecting a big performance from them the next day as well. Like, and we're under no illusions it's going to be a big battle.
The Mayo team made a show of us down in Castlebar, and they really did a job on us. They have some great players, Higgins and the O'Sheas and Dylan and a few of these players. And I think Moran's out with an injury, like, but they have some super players, and they've been playing some really good football. So no, it's going to be a huge ask for us now on Sunday.
And he's been a very good player for us over the last couple of years. He's our captain. He's a great leader inside in there. The only thing is we've had a month to prepare for it. You know, like we knew about it since the quarter-final, so we've had a chance to get used to it. At least it didn't happen today or yesterday. It's disappointing for Andy, but at the same time, you know, we have to just crack on with it at this stage.
I suppose the key battle is always probably be in midfield. They have a very strong midfield, but our lads have been doing well there as well. So that's going to be a huge aspect. And once again, it's to try and see if our forwards can click. A lot of the times we've been kind of playing some good football, but the forwards can have been clicking as a unit, so that's one thing that we'll definitely try and improve. Lads have kind of come in and gone. Dermot Connolly was suspended, we had other lads injured, Alan Brogan was injured and stuff, so hopefully now if we get lads have been training the whole time, and we're kind of working as a team now and training, so hopefully if everyone comes together now, everyone should click on Sunday.
In around the middle of the field is a big area for any team. Obviously we'll have to be cute on the ball and make good decisions, kind of you know, because obviously they get a lot of men back, like. So they're the kind of areas we'll have to work on, you know. We've been playing some good football and training and stuff, and as I said, we've kind of just been waiting for it to click a little better, like, so. Hopefully Sunday, and I think if Mayo don't drag that performance out of us, I don't know who will. Dublin are going to be favourites, and you know, rightly so. They're All-Ireland champions. We've always felt as though if we perform on any given day, you know, we can beat any team, and you know, we'll feel the same the next day. We feel as though if we get a performance out of ourselves, we're not going to be far away.
Armagh's 2002 All-Ireland winner Stevie McDonnell knows just how hard it is to defend the Sam Maguire, but the Round the Square columnist doesn't expect Pat Gilroy's side to be dethroned this weekend.
The year after winning the All-Ireland, I suppose when you're All-Ireland champions, every team is out to beat you, and they have their performance when they're playing against you. And Dublin have found that so far difficult to cope with. But the one key advantage in Dublin's favour is that they're still winning games and playing poorly, you know. And when you're playing poorly and winning, you know, you still get a huge amount of confidence as a player by doing that there. And Dublin are still grinding out the results, but maybe this is the time of the year that they might start to click. On the evidence of Mayo's last performance, you know, you certainly have to admire them and say that they've maybe learned from past experiences of going to Croke Park and failing to perform, but certainly against Down they put up a massive performance and put up a huge score as well. I think Dublin's going to win this game for the simple fact they are the All-Ireland champions, and while they've been playing poorly so far this year, they're still winning games and they still have a lot of confidence in their own ability, and going into a semi-final, because of last year's experience, they know now what it takes to get to a final. They're coming up against a Mayo team who are going to be without their key player, Andy Moran. He's a massive loss to Mayo, and they are undoubtedly going to miss him on this occasion. The likes of Bernard Brogan, and whether or not Alan Brogan is going to be playing or not remains to be seen, but they're key players, they're massive players, and they love the big occasion, and I expect them to put in a big performance on this occasion and carry Dublin across the line.
Mayo v Dublin throws in this Sunday at Croke Park at 3:30. First up though is the Electric Ireland minor football semi-final between Dublin and Kerry at GAA headquarters this Sunday at 1:30. Arming the stars of the future with the basic skills of Gaelic games was a key objective when youngsters gathered at Dublin's St Patrick's GAA Club Palmerstown for the Opal Kit for Clubs Day. As well as a special Blitz tournament, children from 7 clubs in Dublin and Meath took part in a skill zone run by Opal Kit for Clubs ambassadors Colm Cooper of Kerry, Jackie Tyrrell of Kilkenny and Joe Canning of Galway.
We've been meeting teams from 8 to 12 years of age, and the boys have been doing a little bit of hurling with them, I've been doing a bit of football, and they all seem to enjoy it, and I think it's a great initiative really from Opal to get involved with the clubs, because I suppose that's the grassroots of the GAA, and to see so many kids out here on a Saturday morning, that's what it's all about.
My club obviously is Portumna GAA club in Galway, and you know, we've had great success, especially at senior level over the past couple of years with being in Club All-Irelands and stuff like that, and you know, they're the greatest days I've ever experienced so far anyway, and you know, the whole sense of community, getting behind everybody, and you're playing with your brothers and your sisters and your family and friends that you grew up with, and that's what makes the GAA.
Opa Kipper Clubs is Opa's way of giving back to the GAA. For any club member or any club that gets involved, they can get gear for their club through their local Opal dealer. They come down and do a test drive, a service, or purchase a new car through any local dealer nationwide. They can get points for their club, and those points then can be used to redeem slitters, footballs, jerseys for their club.
Helping to inspire youngsters may have been the main business of the day, but thoughts were never too far from the next big inter-county game at headquarters.
People have been saying Dublin haven't been playing at the heights that they were last year, but I suppose the big time for Dublin to start playing well is now, and I think they will. I think they will up the gear. I think Mayo, they've been playing well. I think they've kicked on again this season. I think one of the most crucial things for me next weekend is the loss of Andy Moore, and I think it's a huge loss to Mayo, and I think everyone will accept that. He was outstanding last year. He won an All-Star last year, and he was going that way again this year until that unfortunate injury, you know. And I think that might be a stumbling block for Mayo, and I just see Dublin coming through maybe just about.
Limerick may have missed out on senior hurling honours this season, but Nicky Quaid has the opportunity to rescue inter-county pride on Round the Square this week, facing Galway sharpshooter David Burke in the Buzz-Off Challenge. And one.
If we get a couple of goals of this.
Very good, right, Nicky.
It looks easier from the right at the start.
3, 2, 1, go.
Speed, I suppose. Go as fast as I could. It's easier from the right, I suppose, than the left. Definitely.
Here comes Rory Campbell. A little bit of space in front of him. As on top, and look at that! Free is quickly taken by Michael Shields to Kieran Sheehan. Trying to lay it down for Dylan O'Connor. The layoff is to Sheehan with speed. Heading towards the 20. Here comes Sheehan. Steadies. Will it curl? Will it curl? It will! Michael Murphy. Stepping aside from the challenge mark McHugh. Gives it back to McFadden. Oh, it's a thing of beauty. Frank McGlynn is going forward. Through a pass from Aidan Walsh. Ken McGlynn scored. He's done it at Ulster. He's done it in Croke Park. Here comes Aidan Walsh to settle them down with a score. And it's a really good one.
Congrats to Owen Brady of Dublin, winner of last week's competition. This week, in association with Opel Kit for Clubs, we have 1,000 points up for grabs, which could get your club anything from a dozen footballs to a new set of jerseys. To enter, simply answer the following question. Name 2 intercounty players who are official Opel Kit for Club ambassadors. Email your answer along with your name, number and postal address to roundthesquare@gaa.ie. Entries close midday, Monday, September 3rd.